you can't attract capital without Bitcoin, and you can't outperform. Bitcoin is going to outperform the S&P and gold and bonds, and as it outperforms, everyone who's indifferent and objective, who doesn't know what it is and doesn't care, right? They're going to just say, move more of my money over here, because the world's full of people that would just like to not lose their money. What we're going to see is investment companies need this to outperform, and that's going to result in them generating income, and that results in them staying relevant, right? I mean, how many people are bragging about their, new gold ETF? It's not relevant. You want to be a leader, right? The people that we look to are the people that discovered or created Google and Apple and Microsoft, and they create the next airplane, and they put Starlink in the sky, and they give us internet, and they give us the next phone, right? Be relevant, be a leader. These companies want to be leaders. You won't find a CEO that says, my aspiration is to be viewed as a follower and late to the next great thing. And they all want to create shareholder value, right? You can't create shareholder value by shrinking. And so that takes us to operating companies. It's the same thing. But operating companies, for the most part in the world, are like type 1 diabetics. I had 100 competitors over 20 years. They all failed. There's a 99% mortality rate with these companies, right? You look at the number and you're like, well, I don't know 300 million companies. That's because they're failing millions every single month. They're all failing all the time. Why are they failing? They can't store energy. They can't harness capital, right? What does Facebook do? They give all their capital back to the shareholders in a dividend and a buyback. What does Apple do? They give their capital back in a dividend and a buyback. They take on debt. How do companies fail? They leverage up. They take on debt. What happens when you take on debt? Well, I used to say to people, well, we have 500 million in capital. We could go for 40 quarters. We'd go for 10 years and not make any money, and we'll still be in business. It's like you could go for 10 years and not eat and still be alive. That's indestructible. On the other hand, when you give all the money back and you borrow $1 billion, well, in that case, you end up with a debt covenant, and you have to generate $27 million this quarter. And if you generate $26 million this quarter, if you miss by one 1/1000th of your capital structure, if you miss by 0.1%, you actually trip all the debt covenants and the bank owns you. You're technically in violation of your debt. They can call the loan, you're insolvent. So think about the difference between you starving to death if you miss one meal versus you starving to death when you haven't eaten for the year. Okay, that's the difference between having capital and having no capital. The status quo in the world today is we tell people you can't keep capital in an operating company because all of the uses, all the liquid capital is dilutive and it doesn't beat the cost of capital. Bitcoin solves the problem. You can harness capital, you can improve your products, you can grow your revenues, you can beat inflation for the first time. You know, the Magnificent Seven are good investments. The other 493 companies are not, because the other 493 companies cannot beat inflation. Because beating inflation means increasing your cash flow 8% every year forever. Or more like raising your prices 10% a year forever.
In the earlier part of his speech, SAYLOR made a particularly poignant statement. Bitcoin has no enemies, and the community has no enemies. What we have are people that need Bitcoin that don't yet know why they should be our friend. This means that many Bitcoin critics today are going to be participants in the future, because eventually, all roads lead to Bitcoin. SAYLOR strongly believes Bitcoin is going to have many more participants in the future, because it is the digital asset and the inevitable future of global finance. So, if any company executive or investment giant is still opposed to the idea of Bitcoin, it's because they've not taken the time to study it, or are still too deep in TradFi, that it's almost impossible for them to accept defeat and join the winning team. But eventually, SAYLOR says every one of them will. With every multi-billion-dollar milestone the ETFs make, every new country that adopts Bitcoin, and every new BlackRock. More of these organizations will realize the folly of their decision to ignore Bitcoin and begin the inescapable journey from denier to skeptic, to trader, investor, and finally maximalist. Here are more clips from SAYLOR's speech.
And so what does Bitcoin offer them? Extended lifespan. You see a CEO and you say, well, you're going to adopt Bitcoin. He says, why should I? Say, well, it might keep your company from going bankrupt in 10 years. It might allow you to continue to do business and serve your customers for the next 100 years. How many companies are 100 years old? Not many. I'll ask you another question. How many famous education institutions with endowments are 100 years old? Most of them, right? Why is it that universities last 100 years and companies don't? No capital. That's why. You think anybody goes in business wanting to die? You think they want to have their company fail in 12 years or 6 years or 25 years? No, they're stuck in a system, right? They're stuck in a traditional system that makes them do this. Banks have the same issue. They want to attract and retain capital. They want to decrease risk. You could say, well, the bank is beholden to the central bank. Well, here's another vision. What about 100,000 banks that are all tapped into the Bitcoin network and they don't have to worry about the Bitcoin network shutting them down? Right? When a bank joins Bitcoin, it becomes systemically robust, much more anti-fragile. This is a benefit to banks, right? They would like to find a way to do this. This will decrease their risk, increase their earnings, let them create shareholder value, let them delight their clients. They have 1 billion customers. They have corporations. They need to serve them. All of these companies, all of these nonprofits, they all need the bank to support what they do, right? And in time they will. The nonprofits are also going to benefit. They want to raise capital, but also they have endowments. They want their endowments to go up 40% a year, not go up 4% a year. Right? There's nobody running a church, a charity, a benefit, a school that'll say, we don't want our endowment to appreciate and we don't want an endowment. This allows them to harness technology. This allows them to extend their reach globally. Bitcoin is money that's global and it's got a half-life of forever. All of these endowments, they're using money that has a half-life of 10 years or 5 years. Your property might have a half-life of 20 years. Their investments are short duration. Their investments are local, right? Their property is local. So Bitcoin stretches your scope across time and space. Now tell me, what charitable pursuit doesn't want to do more and last forever?
Dit is wat de meeste dropshippers doen. Ze zoeken naar...
Okay, that was Michael Saylor at a Bitcoin conference. I think it was Madeira, Mediterranean Sea. But anyway, fantastic new speech. I do believe that Michael Saylor should run for President of the United States and is definitely the new Bitcoin Jesus. Roger Ver used to be. So when you are a Bitcoin maximalist and when you're really looking into this area, in the meantime you were seeing a demonstration of a tool that is literally the first tool that I saw, and I'm not from the company, this is just my viewpoint, this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not your financial advisor, no guarantees, no promises, and use your money wisely, make a free will decision, do your own research. But this tool that you saw in your screen and still see in your screen is a demonstration of, I do believe, the first very user-friendly, zero loss, zero own capital, zero own collateral, flash loan AI arbitration crypto trading software protocol. It's a mouthful, but it means that AI is seeking different signals on the crypto markets and is then also with the help of you picking one of these signals, picking one of these pairs in order to fill the aggregator, and AI is literally roaming and looking for the trade on the different exchanges, the DEX, the decentralized exchanges, and is using arbitration in order to create profits. The profits will be deposited straight into your MetaMask wallet address. In this case, many other wallets are able to be added to this platform in a little while, but we're launching. It is live. It is very exciting. So Bitcoin may be the gold that people are seeking, and that's the best probable store of value, but these kind of tools that you see in your screen, built by an organization that we know personally for years now, they're very approachable, very transparent. They built an arbitration trading tool with AI that literally blew my mind after 10, 12, 13 years study with new economic decentralized systems. So the first, I think, of its kind tools, and that's what I was going to say. In the beginning, when the gold rush was there was a gentleman that didn't go in the river panning for gold, but he sold tools. And this gentleman became one of the first millionaires, if not billionaires, in the United States. He started setting up wholesale shops selling tools in order to pan gold in the river. So he even allowed people to pay for his tools, the shovels and the sieves and that what you need in order to pan gold out of the river. He allowed people to pay with gold. So he received gold as well as selling tools. So selling tools is the secret of the adaptability of this new Bitcoin, decentralization, smart contracting, blockchain. It's actually time chain, not blockchain era. So when you really not want to use, when you really not want to not lose your money, move over to us and get the tools in order to create wealth. This is a huge wealth distribution and wealth reallocation period that we're in, 2024, with the onboarding of the huge Wall Street giants in the Bitcoin space. It literally is screaming for tools, and this tool that you see on your screen, live demonstrated, this is not a demo, this is live demonstration. You see money being created with arbitration, making use actually of the misinformation and making use of the mispricing of different platforms and roaming of profits. It's even so safe that it's not possible to have the AI software create negative trades. The moment the trade is not being executed with profit, or not being able to execute with profit, it says, I'm not going to take it. You have to pay, you have to choose a different pair. A lot of tech information and Bitcoin jargon, so to speak. But click links below, get a hold of the person that brought you to this video, because you definitely saw one of the first demonstration on a mobile phone how to create lots and lots of money with, again, zero risk, zero own collateral, flash loan AI, arbitration, crypto trading software protocols. You've seen it live. And when you want to get your hold of, when you want to get your hands on it, click links below, register for free, and make contact with me or those who or the person that sent you to this information in order to purchase your license, in order to use this AI software. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I haven't slept a single night yet since I saw this being possible for us. It will help a lot of people. So tools is the secret, not in particular gold or Bitcoin in this case. Whoever has the tools in its hands to create wealth with this new space and on this new, in this new decentralized economy, those are the winners. Thank you so much for your attention. Click links below. Hit the little bell icon, the little thumbs up icon if you don't mind. Become a member of this channel. Contact us, I said it already, and also hit the little share option to be able to, so that you're able to share this new technology with the world. Sharing is caring. We entered into a share economy period, an era where you will find more DAOs being created. This organization also has a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, as the umbrella organization from where you're able to purchase the licenses. Make a long story short, do it, register for free, make sure you contact us to help you onboarding, because pretty soon it will be taken off the market in order to test, to stress test it before it is available to the masses with less credits, I should say. So time is of the essence. The zeitgeist is right, and the fact that it will be closed pretty soon and only be available to use live for us, the test, the stress test group, is anytime. So I hope you still come on board in the period that you can try this out for yourself before it goes live to the masses. Early birds do catch worms. That's it. And then when you see this on a page where you can leave your best email address and mobile telephone number, please do so. We'll send you appropriate video information about this opportunity and also other opportunities. And take action right away. You'll be one of the first. And let me see, what else do I say? Oh yeah, I just want to add that please do not let yourself be hyped by me, who or whatever. Make a free will decision and use your hard-earned money first for your basic needs, like your food, shelter, clothing, the taking care of your children, those whom you love, and your communities. And then I'll see you and yours definitely in our teams. And thanks to these kind of opportunities, I'll definitely see you, and thanks to your own dreams and aspirations, and be grateful for that which is not here yet, and be grateful for the opportunities that you're able to grab. But thanks to your own gratitude, I'll definitely see you in the most wonderful resorts, top hotels, and most beautiful beaches of the world, because that lifestyle is there for you too, and you're more and more than worth it. I'll see you there.